Joining us now is 2017 Wartburg Journalism and Communication graduate and former Sir Victor, Dani Gordon. Thanks for joining us today, Dani.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Tyler.
So Sir Victor is kind of the face of the college, serving as the mascot. What was it just like being able to have that experience during your time at Wartburg?
Yeah, I would say it was, simply put, it was fun. It was a fun experience getting to be someone that you're usually not and taking on a different personality altogether. It's fun getting to entertain people and put smiles on their faces, and I always thought everything we did with Sir Victor was fun, and people taking selfies obviously is an added bonus of it.
So when you were first approached about becoming Sir Victor, what were your first thoughts, and when did you first take on the role?
Yeah, so the first time I was asked to do Sir Victor was actually the summer after my freshman year. I worked in the alumni office, and so Sir Victor is housed under the alumni and parent relations office, so I kind of got roped into it that way, and they were in a crunch where the normal person/people couldn't make it, so Tony Smith had asked me if I wanted to do it, and I went out on a whim and was like, yeah, let's do it, let's see what it's about, and so that's kind of how I got roped into it, and I guess it just progressed from there, and I kept getting asked, and pretty soon I was one of the regulars.
So when you serve as Sir Victor, you're not able to let people know it's you behind the mask. So what are kind of the biggest challenges to keeping that big thing a secret?
A few things come to mind. One of the things, having long hair was definitely a challenge, and having red hair was obviously pretty recognizable. So finding a way to keep my hair in place during events was always a challenge, but honestly the hardest challenge was coming up with enough excuses to tell my friends of why I couldn't go to a certain event, why I couldn't interview people at scholarship day, just coming up with reasons why I couldn't be with them was always challenging, yet always somehow knowing what happened at those events. And so I always had to watch myself, and those are, I guess, some of the biggest challenges that presented. So.
Yeah. So you were pretty involved during your time at Wartburg as well. How did you find the time to balance your time as Sir Victor and your time as a student as well?
You just do it. It's kind of like anything else. You make time for what you want to do, and I have a hard time telling people no. So, there was no balance. You just make it work, and it is what it is. And it's always fun. There's the events that you got to do always outweighed probably whatever else I had going on.
So Sir Victor is obviously a fan favorite, especially among children. So what were some of the best interactions you had with families and the Wartburg fans?
Best interactions. I would say the best interactions for me happened during the summer events. So summer outflies with the alumni office, the state fair, the Waverly Heritage Day parades. Those were always fun because people loved seeing Sir Victor and loved getting back that feeling of being on campus and being a Wartburg night.
So outside of the interactions with the families and the fans, what were some of your favorite moments as your time as the Wartburg mascot?
Moments. In 3 years, you rack up a lot of moments. I think one thing that always comes to mind is a couple years ago at the Waverly Heritage Days parade, had to be fully dressed before you go because there's no place to dress while you're there. And so we had to dress here at school, and I got rolled into the back of a van, and I mean literally rolled because you can't bend in the costume. And I remember them rolling me back out, getting me on this hay rack, and I don't know if it's a best memory, but it's one that was memorable, and it was funny for everyone who knew it was me that was in there, and getting to progress forward with that was interesting, to say the least.
Well, Sir Victor, a major part of the Wartburg homecoming experience. Thank you so much for joining us, Dani. We'll be right back after the short break.